I didn't wake up one day and decide to ruin his life. That's not how it started. Revenge wasn't the first thing on my mind. It wasn't even the second. At the beginning, there was only shock, then confusion, then a kind of quiet, suffocating disbelief that settled into my chest and refused to let me breathe. His name was Aaron, and for 6 years, I believed I knew him. We met in a way that felt normal. Nothing dramatic, no instant fireworks, just two people who fit. At least that's what I thought at the time. Aaron was the kind of man people trusted easily. Calm. Collected. The type who listened more than he talked. The type who made you feel safe without having to try too hard. We built a life that looked solid from the outside. We had routines, shared responsibilities, plans for the future. We got married after 3 years. Not rushed, not pressured. It felt like the natural next step. And for a long time, I believed we were happy. Not perfect, but stable. Secure. Looking back now, I realize how dangerous that word is. Stable. Because sometimes stability isn't real. Sometimes it's just the absence of visible problems. And sometimes it's a cover. If there were warning signs, they were small. Too small to stand out. Too easy to explain away. He worked late sometimes. He traveled occasionally. He kept his phone close. But none of that felt unusual. None of it felt like betrayal. Because I trusted him. Completely. And that's why it took something so small to break everything open. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I remember that clearly because nothing about that day felt important. It was just another day. I had left work early because of a headache. Came home expecting an empty house. Quiet. Normal. I grabbed his laptop because mine was dead. Didn't think twice about it. We didn't have secrets like that. Or at least, I thought we didn't. When I opened it, his email was already logged in. And that's when I saw it. A confirmation email. A hotel reservation. 2 guests. Weekend stay. At first, it didn't even register as a problem. I assumed it was work-related. Maybe he was booking something for a client or a colleague. But something about it didn't feel right. It wasn't just the reservation. It was the details, the location, the timing, the tone of the email. It didn't feel professional. It felt personal. And that's when curiosity turned into something else, something heavier. I clicked on it. And that was the moment everything started to unravel, because one email led to another, and another, and another. Hidden threads, archived messages, reservations under different names. I wasn't just finding pieces of something. I was uncovering an entire structure, a system. And at the center of it was another woman. Her name was Melissa, and she wasn't new. That was the part that hurt the most. This wasn't recent. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't something that just happened. This had been going on for over a year. A year. A full year of my life. That I had lived without knowing the truth. Trips he said were for work. They were with her. Dinners he had with clients. Her. Late nights at the office. Her. Everything I had trusted had a different explanation, and I had never questioned it. I remember sitting there, staring at the screen, feeling like the ground had disappeared beneath me. It wasn't just betrayal. It was disorientation. Like everything I thought was real. Wasn't. When Aaron came home that night, I didn't confront him. I couldn't. Because I didn't know how. How do you confront someone who has been lying to you so completely? For so long. So I stayed quiet. And that's when everything changed. Because silence gave me time. Time to think. Time to observe. Time to understand. And the more I paid attention, the more I realized something terrifying. He was good at this. Not careless, not impulsive. Careful. Deliberate. He had systems, patterns, backup explanations. This wasn't just betrayal. This was intention. And something in me shifted when I understood that. Because it meant this wasn't something that just happened to me. This was something he chose. Every day. Over and over again. And if he could choose that, then I could choose something too. At first, I didn't know what that was. I considered leaving, just packing my things and disappearing. I considered confronting him, demanding answers, closure. But neither of those options felt right, because neither of them gave me back what he had taken. Not the time, not the trust, not the version of my life that I thought I was living. And that's when the idea started to form. Not as revenge, not yet, but as something else. Balance. If he could build a life on lies, then I could dismantle it, piece by piece, the same way he dismantled mine. So I stayed, and I watched. For 2 weeks, I acted like nothing had changed. I smiled, I talked, I went through our routines like I always had. And all the while, I was gathering everything. Screenshots, messages, photos, receipts. Every piece of proof I could find. I backed it up, stored it, organized it. And then I found her. Melissa. She wasn't what I expected. She wasn't cold, or calculating, or intentionally destructive. She was normal. Kind from what I could tell. Open, and worst of all, unaware. She didn't know about me, not even a little. To her, Aaron wasn't a liar. He wasn't married. He wasn't living a double life. He was just hers. That realization hit me in a way I didn't expect, because I saw myself in her. The same trust, the same belief. For a moment, I almost told her, just ended it, exposed everything. But then I stopped, because that wouldn't be enough. Not after a year. Not after everything he had taken from me. So I waited. And then I found out about the proposal. That's when everything became clear. He was planning to propose to her. A private dinner, a nice restaurant. Everything arranged in advance. He wasn't just cheating. He was replacing me, building a new life, before ending the one he already had. And that's when I made my decision. If he wanted a perfect moment, I was going to be part of it. The night of the proposal, I arrived early. I sat at a table with a clear view, watched everything being set up, the candles and the reserved table, the quiet atmosphere. Everything was perfect. For him, until it wasn't. When they walked in, I felt it immediately. That sharp, overwhelming moment where everything you've been holding back rises to the surface. Melissa looked happy, excited. Aaron looked confident, certain, like nothing could go wrong. I let them sit, let them order, let the moment build. And then, right before he reached into his pocket, I stood up and walked toward them. The look on his face when he saw me was everything. Shock, panic, fear. "Hi, Aaron," I said calmly. Melissa looked confused. "Who is this?" she asked. I held her gaze. "I'm his wife." And just like that, everything he built collapsed. Exactly the way mine did.